Cap. For the first time, my friend, in 8 years, we are celebrating a postseason clincher here at Wrigley Field and in Chicago, my friend. Welcome, everybody, to the Cubs Recap Podcast. I know David Kaplan is chomping at the bit. Thanks for your patience, everybody. I did sneak down into the clubhouse. I got smoked with champagne right away. Thank you to the lovely Dion Miller, your teammate at ESPN 1000, for a poncho. I forgot what it's like, Cap, to get soaked in champagne and beer and race back up here to get you guys some visuals and some sound, my friend.
Oh, Guff, that was like we could never make it easy, you know? It's rolling along. It's 3-0. Keller's throwing 98. He's got gas. They're talking about, what, you see that pitch to run on it to get the out? And then he hits two guys in a row. And you know, no one's been harder on Craig Counsell than this guy right here.
Yep.
And I respect the heck out of his managerial baseball knowledge, all of that. But when I don't agree with something, and that's the beauty of this great sport, the minutia, you don't talk about the blocking scheme of the Bears and argue about the coach. You might talk about the play calling at times, but the minutia of baseball, we all play Little League. The minutia that drove me nuts would be his bullpen usage. Well, today, Brad Keller hits two guys, and he went, "You're done, out."
Yeah.
Why can't we have that urgency all the time? I loved it. And then Andrew Kittredge, third straight day, got him. Ball game over.
I was nervous about Kittredge, but it was the right move because once you start hitting batters, and look, Cap, we know, and both sides, they were throwing bullets they may not have had. Let's be honest. It's game 3. These guys are in the highest leverage situations that they've been in all season long, and you got to tip your cap to Craig Counsell. And this goes back to after the 4th inning. Jamison Tyon's out there, J-Mo's out there dealing, and he made the right move. He had three lefties coming up in the 5th inning, and he pulled Jamison Tyon rather than go with his gut.
Yeah, I was watching the game. I'm by myself. I'm in Vegas for my wife's birthday. She's not here yet. I flew out early so I could be locked in, ready to do this with you. And I'm watching. I'm like, wait a minute. He's got 4 shutout innings of 2-hit baseball. Why are you taking him out? And then I grabbed my trusty phone and I went, oh, we got 3 lefties coming up. My brother called me. He's like, kid, great move by Counsell. I said, yeah, I wasn't happy, but now I am. He said, 3 lefties, live to fight another day, man. Go with Theobar. He's your best lefty. They did, and it worked out. Hats off, Craig Counsell.
Yeah, and look, they caught a break in the 9th. ABS is dying. ABS is calling and saying, please let us come in because Xander Bogaerts got screwed there, but no one's talking about it now. Cap, I wanted to show you this. Remember these days, my friend? The families are down on the field.
I do. I remember those days. And when the Cubs clinched the National League pennant in 2016, I was right down in that massive humanity. They're doing our postgame show with Todd Hollingsworth. You were there. And Anthony Rizzo's dad said, hey, Anthony, you got to go see your guy. And Anthony came over and came on the postgame with us. And being down there that night was magnificent. This is pretty freaking special, too, right there.
All right, let's hear from a few guys. Look, the audio is what it is, folks. I've listened to a few of these guys. I was able to get in there with Happ, Kyle Tucker, Matthew Boyd. Let's listen to Nico Hoerner because defensively, Cap, the clinic that Dansby Swanson put on, and then Nico Hoerner with the catch, the line drive, hold my beer on Luis Arraez later in the game. Let's hear from Nico Hoerner, who's been talking about going to the playoffs for a long time with the Chicago Cubs.
Well, how does it really validate this club? I mean, obviously you guys are so good. The division didn't happen, but you guys managed to win the series 2-1.
Yeah, absolutely. I think it feels that much better than it was the smoothest, easiest series. It's been part of what's made this year battle tested, and obviously we're looking forward to playing Milwaukee. We're celebrating right now and go one step at a time.
What about for this club in general? 8 years, it's hard to
right, so you heard that. What I love there about Nico Horner, I love that he said, we know about the Milwaukee Brewers and we can't wait to play them, but we're going to celebrate this one tonight. And the soundbite he had after that, Cap, saying this is an organization that shouldn't have to rebuild. We went through some tough years, but this team now is built to win now and into the future. I love that he said that. I love that he called out an organization that maybe in the right moment, you're not really calling them out in that celebratory moment because you have perspective. But I love the fact that he said, look, we're the Chicago flipping Cubs. We should be doing this more than we should be rebuilding.
100%. What have we been screaming about? We had Tom Ricketts in our recap studios, and he said, look, we try to only break even. And my response to I've said it to Tom, I've said it to people over there. They don't agree with me. That's fine. And you are on the same page with me. I don't care about the financials. You're a billionaire. That ballpark and that team is a freaking ATM machine. I'm not telling you Ohtani's contract is something you should do, but there should be no normal player other than Ohtani or Soto that you are not right there dollar for dollar. I don't want to hear, well, that guy got $300 million, we can't afford it. Well, that guy got $400, we can't afford it. You're the Chicago effing Cubs. Act like it.
Yeah, and I love a guy like Nico Horner, who was drafted to be in series like this, in postseasons like this, to play in October like this, who played all the way down the stretch trying to win a batting title, is now rewarded, and he's going to win the Gold Glove again. I mean, that guy is as good as they get. Let's hear from Kyle Tucker. Big night for Kyle Tucker. Big night for PCA. This is the type of thing that you want to see, Cap, talking about momentum. And we're going to talk about going up north here shortly. But you needed Kyle Tucker to be right. You need PCA to be right. And the fact that they went out there tonight, we're seeing the ball, we're driving the ball. You saw the exit velocity off the bat of PCA tonight, 100, 101, 102. Let's hear from Kyle Tucker in the Cubs clubhouse just moments ago.
You guys have had some success against Milwaukee. What's the key to kind of continue that next round?
I mean, they're a good team. That's our way, so we just got to go out and control what we can and try to do the best of that. So enjoy this one tonight.
What was the key in the second inning against Darvish to kind of get some offense going?
I mean, we just put together really good events all night long. We just try to take advantage of the opportunities. And the next season, you're going to face a lot of really good arms, so you just try to do your best with it. And just try to throw the bats and the line moving. So, I mean, overall, we did a pretty good job of that tonight.
You missed the first celebration. You were in Tampa. What was it like watching it and then getting to be here and celebrate with these guys that you played with?
It's awesome. I mean, when you come together in spring training as a group, this is where you want to be and where you want to go to. So it's a lot of fun celebrating with these guys. We have a great group of players and just people in the clubhouse overall. So it's a lot of fun. I also love to play this group. A lot of players down here in the field and different side of it. Yeah, it's awesome. This is what you play for all year. You just try and grind through the season, compete, so we're just trying to continue to have opportunities and try to
Yes, video game lover, we were in the clubhouse. That's Kyle Tucker. I know the audio at times is somewhat inaudible from all the partying, but Kyle Tucker right there saying this is what you play for. You take advantage of these opportunities when you get them. This is a guy, and we've all been hard on Kyle Tucker. I don't even want to talk about is he going to be here next year, because right now you play for right now. But that Cubs offense early in the year when they were clicking went because of that guy. And that guy's got more postseason than any three players in this team combined, Cap. The way the Houston Astros, he's played more World Series than the organization's ever been in. So Kyle Tucker is a guy, model of consistency. And then I think tonight was a big night for Kyle Tucker in the offense. I do.
He got 2 hits. PCA, who at times had looked overmatched, and we even had people on your awesome lunch hour show or on our live podcast after game 2 when they lost 3-0. PCA should be out of the lineup. I'm like, remember that? I'm like, are you an idiot? The guy's a Gold Glove outfielder, and he'll get his stroke back. 3-hit day. 3 hits for Michael Busch, and little old Dansby Swanson says, hang on a minute, I got a glove on this hand. We got a man there. Got it.
Dude, I'm not kidding you. If you were to name an MVP, they don't name MVPs in the wild card.
Dansby Swanson.
And it's not close. It's not
Agreed.
close because these games were so tight. You look at the final scores of these games. Dansby Swanson's defensive run saved in this series, I bet was +5. I bet Cap it was +5. That guy single-handedly won baseball games. I think Dansby Swanson won game 1 on the 2 plays he made off the bat of Ryan O'Hearn. I really believe that. Tonight he was ridiculous again. And Luis Ariz, when you don't bust your ass out of the box, that's the result you get.
Holy shit, what was he doing? Now, the first one, he didn't bust his ass because he thought it was caught. The second one, I'm like, how did you not beat that out? I can beat that out, and I'm a slow turtle.
But, well, he's the one going home tonight. And I said this on the lunch hour earlier today. I said, there's 2 tunnels, and there's suitcases lined up in the hallways with both. Someone's going up north to Milwaukee, and someone's going northwest to O'Hare. Who do you want to be? The place was electric tonight. Jamison Tyone brought it. And when you saw PCA get that single with the bases loaded and you saw that reaction, I think that to me, there was something different that clicked right there. It was like the whole team looked around at each other. And look, they failed with runners in scoring position at times throughout the game. They did enough to win the baseball game. But I think it's like waking a sleeping giant. And I wonder if that happened in game 3, because the series, when I'm looking at the Cubs and I'm looking at the playoffs, the series I worried about more than Milwaukee was the San Diego Padres. The Cubs know the Brewers, and the Brewers know the Cubs. The Brewers have some injuries, Cap, and the Cubs have some momentum, my friend.
Yeah, they do. And now, who do you start in game 1?
I'd probably start Colin Ray.
Over Matt Boyd? He's on regular rest.
You got to go Matt Boyd. You got to go Matt Boyd and back him up with Colin Ray, I think. That's a great point. Speaking of Matt Boyd, I think I have some sound from Matthew Boyd here, Cap. Nice little segue, my friend, as we say back in the old TV days.
It's a good bird. It's the best bird. That was awesome. The table was so good. The bullpen shut the door. You guys been good together all day long. It's a great defense. It was so awesome. It was great. Oh man, this is good. It burns. I shouldn't have shaved today. Yeah. Oh man, no, these fans is amazing. These guys, I mean, they feed us. They've been feeding us all year long. It means so much to them to do that, to win here in this ballpark. You know, baseball really, there's nothing better. And we're so thankful for the energy they brought.
And it was good to get back in there, mix it up again, rub some elbows with Chicago's finest there, Cap. You hear Matthew Boyd, and you and I talked about, we played it throughout on the channel the other day when he got emotional, his grandfather, and talking about the history of Wrigley Field. And there he is celebrating the opportunity to go to the NLDS. And what's he saying? There's nothing like playoff baseball. There's nothing like home field advantage. And there's nothing like doing it here at Wrigley Field.
Pretty amazing. I love that dude. And I've had people tell me who, are around the team every day, like I used to be, like you used to be. They said, dude, he's your kind of guy, the best. Just a great – he's very similar as a person to Kyle Hendricks. Just a great person.
Yeah, and you know what? To be honest with you, the reason the Cubs, you go back to 16 and look at Kyle Hendricks, the reason he was on the mound in Game 6 right here 9 years ago and then on the mound in Game 7 is because his pulse rate was 54 in those games.
Correct.
And that's why Matthew Boyd was on the hill in Game 1 here Tuesday, and it probably is why he's on the game hill on Saturday in Milwaukee.
Yeah, he pitched Monday, and he didn't go that long. So he's got Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday rest. He threw today in the bullpen in the 9th inning. They had him up. But that's like a side session.
Somebody's saying, what do we got here? Counsell kept 1 OD from the Cubs and too long. Look, guys, Craig Counsell managed a good baseball game today. Okay? Cal, we're still talking about Happ hitting third. Ian Happ getting that double. That's another – look, it's one hit and I know he looked bad early, but I got sound from Ian Happ. I don't know how much, it's like a 30-second soundbite. Ian Happ talked about that double, just how important that one hit was for him. Ian Happ's been a really good baseball player on this team for the entire second half of the year, and there's going to be a big hit that comes in the next week plus from this guy right now.
Yeah. Take charge. It's a really good pitching staff, and they did a great job. We found a way. That's all you do in the playoffs. Yeah, it's pretty special to do it at home. I haven't been a part of clinch at home. It's pretty cool. That was a really fun atmosphere.
Now on to Milwaukee. I know you want to enjoy this.
Yeah, we're going to enjoy this, and then we'll figure that one out later.
But you're not done.
No. It's going to be a fun series.
I really do. I like it because that's a guy who was drafted. But his first series was in 17, thinking he's going to see a hell of a lot more. And guess what? It's not always what you think it's going to be. He's played 1,000+ games in a Cubs uniform. I do think that double, that one hopper that got into the ivy there, Cap.
That might get him going.
It might get him going. It might just be like that's what a couple of hits from Tucker, 3 hits from PCA. Don't wake the sleeping giant that could be one of the best offenses in baseball in the first half of the season. When you look at the totality of the Cubs this season, they're going to be a top 6 offense, but it's what they did in the first half. They laid it on so fast and furious that they were the number 1 offense in baseball for over 2.5 months.
So Kyle Tucker, it does not look like he's going to be able to play defense because it did not look like he was running well.
No.
But that's fine. Seiya's out there. Seiya's hitting the ball well, had a big double today. He hit the big homer yesterday. I'm cool with that, and use Kyle Tucker as your DH. That's it.
Yeah. Appreciate the we got a new member in Cohort. If you want to become a member of this channel, guys, please keep it coming. Be a member of this channel because we're going to have cool behind scenes access of stuff like in the clubhouse. By the way, today you're getting it because we're here and bam, we made it happen. And I'm jacked up that it worked and we got it going because if you see how we're doing this thing, Cohort, we appreciate you, my friend. I'm telling you, this channel, and there's a lot of you on right now. So fire away. We're playing your comments. We got a lot to say here. And, this is in the rear view now, Cap. It's all about the Milwaukee Brewers. You want to talk about drama. The Major League Baseball playoffs have had the Yankees and Red Sox. Now they get the Dodgers and Phillies. And now they get the Chicago Cubs and the Milwaukee.
Unbelievable.
Are you kidding me? Are you
flipping kidding me? So you've got, and that game tonight, the Yankees, it's 0-0 in the 4th. 2 rookie pitchers starting.
2 rookie pitch. Yeah, look, even the haves and the have, like the haves and the haves are throwing a couple of rookies tonight because injuries, et cetera, et cetera. And speaking of injuries, and Shaunathon, thank you for becoming a member. Appreciate you, my friend. Booby Bear says, with Imanaga struggling, do you move him to the pen? I don't know right now, but I can tell you right now, I don't have Shota Imanaga in my top 3 heading into this series. I do not. It's going to be some formation, Cap, of Matthew Boyd, Colin Ray, and Jamison Tyone. You?
I would think that's probably an accurate statement.
And then maybe, look, do you move him to the bullpen? I'm not sure you move him to the bullpen. You brought him out of the bullpen yesterday in Game 2, so you're not afraid to do it. We appreciate all the memberships coming in here. Video Game Lover, appreciate you. But I think you use, if your back's against the wall, and God knows in the playoffs, you're going to do things unconventionally. Shota Imanaga is one of the guys, Cap, you're going to have there to back him up. And prior to hanging a split finger yesterday, elevating one middle, Shota was really good for 3+ innings. And maybe that's just what you need from your starters. We've talked about what bullpen value means in the playoffs. Look at the San Diego Padres. They got 1 freaking inning out of Yu Darvish. And the Cubs got 4 out of Tyone, who was dealing. Dylan Cease went 3 2/3 yesterday. It's just the price of doing business in the playoffs.
Yep, it's different than when we were kids or when the 05 White Sox had 4 guys throw complete games, basically.
Yeah, one of the best trivia questions of all time is name the pitcher who pitched in the ALC. Name the relief pitcher who pitched in the ALCS for the White Sox.
Yeah,
Because
Mark Burley.
No, that's the World Series. It's Neil Katz. That's the answer. That's the only reliever who pitched in the ALCS for the White Sox.
And today people will be like, what?
That's insane. Does this replace Cubs Padres in '84? I'd say not so fast, Corey, but it's a nice relief. What do you say,
Yeah, that
Cap?
was going to the World Series, and you hadn't won yet. So,
Yeah.
no. But
So I'm
it's
gonna-
nice.
So
Yeah, baby!
This is Jason. You bring up a good question, a good point. We heard that there might be, and I don't know if Craig addressed this at the podium tonight because I was getting sticky in the clubhouse, but Cade Horton, my guess is, will not be available this series. Originally, they said Game 5. I don't think I'd want Cade Horton in a win or go home starting Game 5 if he's just coming back from injury. I'd push him to the NLCS and get him right and get him healthy. What's your take?
I'm right there with you. Look, I want to win a World Series as much as anyone. Cade Horton is my future, and if there's any chance that he's got something that could, I got pain here, now I throw the wrong way and I hurt my arm, until he's fully cleared, no, I wouldn't pitch him.
Melon Smasher, good pitching, great fielding, and just enough offense. Cubs in 4 in Milwaukee.
That'd be amazing.
Javier Assad. I think Javier Assad could get some innings. It changes now. You didn't need 13 pitchers on your roster in the wild card because of the short series and the volatility. But you do now. Now with a 5-game series, it makes it more of a traditional postseason roster. I don't know who you put on and who you take off, Cap. Does Moises Ballesteros, is he on the postseason roster in the NLDS? I don't know if you're not.
He's got to be.
Okay. You're probably adding an extra pitcher. And this is funny from Randy, the Aaron Savali revenge game.
Oh, my God. He won't be on the roster.
Oh, that's really good. Everett, wake up, grab a cup of coffee, and find a way to kick the Brewers' ass. I think that I think we're on there. Cap, do you agree with the first challenge?
Which was the first one, at the plate?
Here's my take on challenges. You have an extra one in the playoffs. So you're gonna challenge untraditionally in the playoffs. If it's a close play, you can't take it with you. There's no reason.
MLG, is he talking about the bang bang play at home plate?
The one where it looked like Nico might have gotten in there?
He did get in there, but had they called him safe, they would have stayed with it. You can't tell me for sure, without a shadow of a doubt, that Fermin, who I like that dude, that's a really good catcher, that he didn't brush his jersey as he got him here. You can't tell me he didn't maybe brush him, so you got to stick with the call on the field.
I'm out on Billy Hamilton, MPA. I am. The Cubs steal bases. They're the second in the majors in stolen bases this year. They don't.
Yeah.
When Billy Hamilton was on the White Sox 4 years ago, they didn't have any speed. This team steals bases at a ridiculous clip. I got
Kevin Alcantara. He can do that.
I need the bats. And people may. If you're picking like 40-year-old vets to be on my playoff roster, I will take Justin Turner every day of the week over Billy Hamilton. It's not even close. Jason,
Agreed.
You guys have a great show. So insightful. We appreciate you. Love your passion and knowledge. We appreciate it, man. Shawnathon, I'd love for the Cubs to expose the Brewers, no matter how good their season is. They never make it to the World Series. And
I hope you're right.
PCA needs to learn to stay on the bag. When you're flying down there, it's easier said than done. It's easier
Plus,
said than
that bag, he blocked the bag. That
I
should
know.
have been the call.
Yeah, there were some. I do not think the umpiring in this series was all that special.
Well, the strike to Xander Bogaerts to ring him up, that wasn't a strike.
Yeah, he got screwed. You saw across the board from Jeff Passan, AJ Przinsky, a lot of guys. ABS can't get here fast enough. MPA, yes, he did block the bag. Cap, put a bow on this series, my friend. I'm going to ask you a question that you asked the other day as the Aiken Law question of the day to our fine fans. The Cubs just went out and found a way to win the wild card series. Okay? Is it a successful season if they don't advance past the NLDS?
No, it's not. You outspend the Brewers by $100+ million. You play in front of 41,000 every single day. No. Now, if you tell me you get to the NLCS and you lose to the $385 million Dodgers or the $360 million Phillies, okay, I can understand then it didn't work out. But you have got to beat the Milwaukee Brewers. You want me to tell you you're a success? Beat the Brewers.
So we're gonna make a statement right now. The Cubs beat the Brewers and advance to the NLCS against the Dodgers or Phillies, and lose, success.
Yeah, I've
Also,
always been the guy. Did you get a ring or did you not? That's
yeah.
it.
If they go to
But-
the NLC, if they go to the NLCS, to me, it's 100% a successful season.
Yeah, I don't disagree because they didn't push their chips in at the deadline.
Correct.
Had they pushed,
Now-
if you said, okay, we just traded our top 2 prospects for Mason Miller and we went out and got, Merrill Kelly, and they did all these moves and they destroyed the farm system to try and win the World Series, and you didn't get there, then you failed. But the moves they made, the dollars they spent, get me to the NLCS, and I'll tell you it was a reasonably successful season.
And then there's guys like other Andy saying the Padres won the trade deadline, the Cubs won the series. And maybe the front office is feeling that too a little bit today, a little pumping their chest out. But at the end of the day, if Mason Miller's a Cub right now, the Phillies and Dodgers are taking notes. Okay? They are.
Fair.
Cap, my thought. There was a really Carter Hawkins and I agree on something.
Yeah, Ben McDonald, not a fan.
That was, dude. I mean, I don't even know if Jessica Mendoza
He
needed
should
to
be
be
doing like a bull riding competition.
Oh my God. My favorite was when they did the Blackhawks season opener promo. And he said, he was like, "Are you excited, Ben, about hockey?" He's like, "Here on the mothership." He goes, "What do you want me to tell you? I won't be watching because I won't be watching." Right.
And then they asked him today, you want to revise that? He said, to be honest with you, I didn't even know we had hockey on ESPN.
Yeah, well, that'll be your last series, Ben. Scott Jackson, Cap and Guff, what's good, fellas? Go Cubs, go. Just a couple more here. We got Mariano. Thank you for the donation, my friend. Council coming back to MKE with a bang. Oh, Milwaukee. Yeah, coming back to Milwaukee with a bang. It's going to be...
Thanks, Mariano Tenuta. We appreciate you, brother.
Dude, that series, what do you expect, Cap? Let's as we put a bow on this one, my friend, what is your expectations for the Cubs as they hit the road and head up 94 to 294, passing us along the way at the recap? Nice little jaunt up to Milwaukee. It should be a lot of fun, man.
I actually think the Cubs win the series in 4.
Cubs win in 4, which means they split in Milwaukee and just come here and beat their ass at Wrigley Field?
Correct. Let's
Cap
go.
Jackson.
Cubs win, baby. Yeah.
Cap, my friend, this was fun. This was fun.
Let me just tell you something. I could not be prouder to be part of a team of you, Matt, and Katie. I mean, the work you guys did today, just freaking magnificent.
Appreciate you, brother. Hey,
Love you.
I told you I was going to get my elbows greased up again. It's been a little while since I got in a post-game scrum. I could have stayed down there, Cap, but I was like, I got shit to do. I got to get the big guys, get the big hitters, get Craig Counsell popping some champagne, and I'm out of there. And we heard from Nico, we heard from Boyd, we heard from Tucker, and we heard from Ian Happ. Gotta go. We got shit to do. We got 2,000 people watching our podcast live right now. We appreciate the hell out of all of you people. We do.
And we'd also like to thank the wonderful people at sinusandsnoringmd.com.
I'm going to interrupt you real quick because I know that you won't be snoring tonight.
No, I'll be
friend.
up late. I'm going to have a good time here in Vegas. But let me just tell you, my wife came to me one day and said, "Hon, can we have a little talk?" I said, "Yeah, what's that?" She said, "You got to get something done with the snoring. It's crushing me. You keep waking me up with the snoring." We have a friend, John. His daughter works for this company called Sinus and Snoring MD. So I said, okay, I'll call John tomorrow. I know John, my friend, John McCartney. I called him. He's like, "Yeah, my daughter works here. Let me get you hooked up." And I went over there and I saw the doctor, and A, he was the nicest guy in the world, and B, I don't snore anymore. No snoring. And my wife's like, "Oh my God." The other day she said, "I heard snoring," and I looked and it was the dog. It was not you. So thank you to the great people at sinusandsnoringmd.com. You got an allergy problem, you got a snoring problem, you got a sinus problem, they'll correct anything you've got. It's easy. It's awesome. sinusandsnoringmd.com. Take that.
They got a boatload of locations too, so make sure you check out Sinus and Snoring MD, proud partner of the Cubs Recap podcast. Cap, the Cubs are advancing to the National League Division Series, my friend.
Unbelievable.
I'm just gonna
Let's go.
I'm going to put that out there for you. You're in Vegas for a second straight weekend, and the Cubs are playing baseball in October.
Yes, sir. And I'm going to go cash my ticket in. I bet the Cubs today to win. Enough to buy a round of drinks for me and my wife tonight to celebrate. So I'm going to go do that. And then Saturday, 1 o'clock, it looks like, will be the start time in Milwaukee at American Family Field. So we will be live when that game goes final.
Can't wait, my friend. Look forward to it. I wish I could be down. I really do wish that you and I right now were walking down to celebrate together, my friend, because this was a fun night. Always fun being with you. Folks, you want to talk about 8 years? There are people still down there. You know, you celebrate all of them because you never know when your next one's going to be. They didn't celebrate in 2018 because they thought they were going to advance, and they didn't. In 2020, it was COVID. You never know. And people are still on the and look, if you look at the scoreboard, I don't know if you can see it out there, Cap. It says the Cubs advance to the NLDS, my friend.
And by the way, tell your friends out there, everybody, you want the best post-game show? We have sound from the locker room. It's right here. Guff was all over it. And then we chop it up and you can get your comments heard. Yep. Nobody's got what we've got.
Boom. You heard it from Cap. For Cap, I'm Guff. It's the Cubs Recap Podcast. We thank Sinus and SnoringMD.com. Cap, cut a bow on this one, my friend.
Cubs win, baby! Yeah!